Guys, welcome back to part 2 of the CROSSRC WT-4 tow truck build. Let's check it out. Okay guys, so in the fashion of this build, we went ahead, we put together a few parts, we took a couple things apart because I missed a couple things, put a couple things back in, learned a couple things, we're going to share those things with you. So, we got the rack done. This is a very cool piece. Now these guys are cast on the bottom, so we primered and painted those. We gave them a matte black finish like all the other parts underneath. We went with a glossed black. These we just did in more of industrial matte black finish. Now the slide rails use a grub screw that has a little ball bearing on the tip of them. You can oil those a little bit, you can put a little bit of oil and roll them, or you can just put them in and oil the track after. They'll get the oil in. Either way you do it, it's totally up to you. You have to pick the tension on it so the track can slide nicely. Now with this gear drive, or this motor with the gear reduction and the screw gear, it is a lot of force. We'll move it fairly with a lot of drag, forcefully, I guess I'm looking to say. But you do want to just make sure it slides nice. So we did spray some of our Moo Clean industrial grade ultra thin oil with the PTFE. The PTFE is a Teflon coating, so even after you let it soak and you wash out all the oil and get it nice and clean, you're going to have that Teflon coating in there, which is going to make it slide really, really nice. So we got that set up in it. Again, we built it off camera, a lot of back and forth with the parts and pieces. The directions and hunting for the parts is not the easiest out there. Feel free, if you guys are building, hit us up any questions we can help you with, pointer videos or something like that. But it's a bit of a challenge, not one of the more fun builds we did. It is a lot of fun and rewarding. Like, the quality of it is really, really, really good. The parts and all the cast and all the heavy parts, like most companies would have made a lot of these pieces in plastic and beefed them up, but these guys went beefy and in metal, cast metal, but still metal. And anyhow, let's talk about the chassis. So I think earlier I said radio box down here. That's a lie. That is the battery box. In the bottom gets a little slide door that we're gonna have to paint to match, so that slides in from the side. The bed drops in here, you get the 2 pivot screws, and they give you these thumb screws which will go into the side of the tilt rack. So if you do need to get in and get your battery, you can actually go in and unthread these. Now that being said, we're not sponsored, we drink water. That being said, you have to align this gearbox so it sits perfectly flat. So we just wanted to stop and show you guys this. Ours was not lined up. When it was flat, one of these lift cylinders was 90 degree up and down, the other one was horizontal sideways from it, or 90 degrees sideways from the other one. So you have to pop that box open, take out the one side you want to lower, turn it a couple teeth, finagle it, get it back in, get everything to sit, test drive, put it back together. That's where we're at. You can see everything is still nice and greased up from last time we're in there. We're going to close that guy up. Now I don't know if I showed you or in the beginning if you guys remember, but these screws, one of them was stripped right out, and they're very iffy. One thing I do not like about cast parts is when they try to put threads into them. Cast parts are fine, but when you try to thread them, which a lot of these parts, as you can see, are pass-through parts. Other things thread in through, like into the frame instead of this part. The other part on the bed doesn't thread into the right. No, goes through into the aluminum, right? Again, so like this guard passes through, so that, you know, that works there. When you put threads in them, they get a little iffy and they rip out. So be very gentle on those. Loctite the crap out of them. Hope you never have to go back in there again and be done with it. I'm going to close that up. I'll see you back here in just a second. We're going to mount the bed, show you what that looks like, and talk about the next step. Okay, so important part, we're going to merge the slide chassis to the other chassis. We figured we'd incorporate with you guys with this part of it. So you get these sweet little brass bushings. Again, the whole kit, high quality bushings everywhere. Good, nice, tight fit. Get that guy to fit. Now, you may have to loosen up the shackle bolts to move this mount. Obviously, this didn't. It fit right in because it does fit right into this rear cross member. The cross member is even cradled for the pivot mounts to actually sit. Not really in, but there's room for them to clear, like they don't rest on them. You get these 3mm by 25mm bolts, and we run those in there. A little bit of Loctite, never forget.
We gotta move it maybe. Again. Another tooth.
No, the tooth would be too far. It's literally just like this casting in the bottom's a little bit thick from where the hole is.
Okay.
So in hindsight, we should have actually put it all together, test fit it before we painted it, but yeah, so a little bit of material on the bottom of the cradle. Is interfering with how it sits. Oh, I see. Wow. I don't know if you guys can see that cutout right there in the bottom. But that cutout actually has a notch in the bottom of the cradle, so the bolt's not fully taking the load when you transfer it. It's actually merging or marrying that. It's a handshake deal.
That's how the front and the back casting pieces fit to that frame as well.
Wow. Oh yeah, yeah, you see it double shear too, eh?
Yeah.
Both sides there.
Front, back, yeah.
Wow. Very robust. Okay, so let's see.
Yeah, you might be able to loosen those screws on the side, maybe. Kind of give it a wiggle.
Which one?
The ones for the cast in the front and back.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the alignment of the chassis?
Yeah. I cranked them down, so.
It still needs to sit a little bit lower, but that's
Oh,
a good...
lower, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like front to back. Because that really, there's two screws in that back piece.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The way they're cast in, that's not gonna matter. They're fit really nicely. Ah.
So it's just not low enough, it won't sit low enough, you were saying?
I took our two ideas, put them together, and they worked. I did a little bit of yours, and then a little bit of mine. Yours was loosening it up, mine was forcing it in.
Perfect.
Yeah, I just keep a little.
Well, and the more you use those, they'll get worn in, right? Everything's brand new, and
We're not going to use them because we're going to leave the bed tilted when we have it shut off, so that's going to be the smart way.
yeah.
So the whole time we're putting screws inside of the chassis, remember there's cables that are running all the way between the middle of everything. So what I've been doing is getting my pigtails and just making sure I can move them. Okay, can you grab the bed, sir, please?
Yes. Where is it?
Right there. No, I didn't throw it. It's over there, jerk. Everybody gets so mad when I throw things. That's the bouse.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
frame piece will sit a little bit more forward, like the slide rack. Because if you see where it hooks up to that square, where it hooks up to there,
Oh yeah.
right? It's kind of
Yeah.
back. But whatever.
I hear you. Okay guys, there you go. We have the deck on the tow truck. The truck is now becoming complete, nearly. This is a Vanquish Carbon VRD. I got a little rowdy, broke a link on it. There is like literally a ½ inch to spare on either side on the deck, probably a little more on the rear. Inch front and rear, a proper 10 scale tow truck. Let's see that suspension. Oh crap, let's not mar everything up yet, but like, yeah, that is dope. Anyhow guys, short video this week. Jesse and I only get a limited time to film, to produce this with you. We're doing the rock crawling, the drifting, the family, the wives, the living, the working, and the YouTube. So we spent all our allotted time today getting this rack built to get it to this position for you guys. We're going to get a little bit farther ahead. We have all the detail parts in for paint. As soon as we get all those done, really the only thing left to do is wire it up, paint it, put it together. So we're kind of almost there. We're going to have a longer video for you next week and hopefully try to get it wrapped up within the next 2 videos. Let's go with that. So the next video should be 90%. The next video after that will be the deckling and the final details, paint, interior. Jesse's going to take care of all that because he does way better detail work than I do on that stuff. I got shaky hands. Might have Parkinson's. I don't know yet. We'll find out, but we'll see you guys next week. Cheers.